What's good? What's good? Another live from Fayettenam Friday, as usual. You know I can't miss my live from Fayettenam Friday nights, and we should have a special guest coming on here real soon. Last week we interviewed Chili Too Cold. Before that we had Young Bleed. We just had Cool Kim from the UMCs. So it's been a really good start to the year. Got Sadadex first week of February. Also got Hakeem Green for Channel Live coming back on as well. He hit me up, said I've been getting a lot of controversial lately, and I told him like I'm embracing controversy this year. I'm not running away from it. Definitely not running away from it. I saw a video today where I forgot what the guy's name was, but he was saying that artists should make less money on Spotify, and the reason that artists aren't making no money on Spotify, if they're not making money, is because their music is no good and their music is trash. So it has nothing to do with they might not know how to market and advertise or promote, apparently. Because everybody doesn't know how to advertise, market, promote that's a musician. They don't, so I can't say it's because of the music, because there's a lot of music that I would deem to say is not good, not really talented music, not classic music, not timeless music that's hitting a lot of earbuds and getting a lot of success. And looks like we got our guest about to come on. I just seen the camera pop up, says device not connected right now though. So hopefully we get him here in a second. But yeah, man, that's crazy, man. Like, to say that all these artists ain't making it because their music's no good, but like most of the artists making it in the mainstream, their music's no good. Let's see. Don't see the camera yet. So yeah, I don't know if I believe that. I believe most artists just don't have the marketing dollars or the marketing know-how to promote their music properly. Cause like everybody's trying to do it themselves nowadays. And that's the thing. Everybody can't do it themselves. Like sometimes some people just need help. Okay, there we go. There we go. I see the camera. So we might bring on another special guest as usual. I actually got a song with him. Go check it out. Paul Masson, Ashes to Dust. It features him and Stranger the Great. And we actually interviewed his rap partner last year, like mid of 2024. So it's only right we have him on as well. Y'all might know him from one of their first singles, which was Land of the Lost. And let's bring on the one and only tall man himself, Phantasm from the Cella Dwellas. Phantasm, how you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man.
You can hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you. It was a little echoey at first.
Oh, okay. So we should be able to smooth that out real quick.
All right, so I want to start here. Your name. I mean, it's kind of a unique name. Like, where'd you get that name from, Phantasm?
Actually got it from the movie Phantasm. There was the main character name was Phantasm the Tall Man. When I first got started in the business, I seen there was a lot of super duper short cats. I thought I was one of the tallest at first because I was running into a lot of little small French fry dudes. So I just ran with the name.
That's funny. You said small French fried dudes. And so who came up with the name Cella Dwellas when you and UG formed y'all's duo?
We kind of both came up with it because he was a solo artist at first, and I was a solo artist.
Okay.
But we used to go down in my man's cellar to put beats together, put rhymes together, put ideas together, put a show format together. So we was always like down in the cellar. So
Yeah.
And that just kind of, in the cellars where we dwell, that's where we do our business. So it's like Cella Dwellas. So it just made sense that was the name, Cella Dwellas.
And it kind of sounds like underground too, because Cella's underground, you know.
Exactly. And we represent the underground, the cellar is the basement of the house, the underground of the house. So we represent underground music. So it all tied in real nice and real well.
So I saw something about Howie T. Like, what was your relationship with Howie T?
Okay, Howie T was a producer from around the way. Of course, he produced Chub Rock, he
Oh,
produced
right,
Little
yeah.
Sean, he produced Little Sean, he produced Special Ed. So that was the connection right there. And just seeing them all the time. So after a while I started seeing Rampage from Flip Mode Squad. He started coming around saying he was coming out with a record. So after seeing all these cats from around the way, I'm like, yo, I need to try to get my bones in there. So of course Howie was the plug because everybody knew Howie from all his accolades. So we was trying to get in with him. And he actually liked the stuff and was like, get back to him or whatever. But he was taking too long because he was getting ready to work on Raven Simone project out of all things.
Okay.
And I'm like, you put me on the back burner for Raven Simone, but I kind of felt the way. So then UG, I was helping UG produce his stuff, and then we just kind of said, you know what? If it's gonna take us to do this group together to get in, let's do it. And we rocked, and we ain't never turned back ever since. We just locked in and made it happen.
Now, when y'all signed with Loud, y'all dropped the single "Land of the Lost." Did y'all have that song before y'all signed with Loud, or did y'all record that when y'all signed with Loud?
No, we had it before.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
We had it before. We actually used to perform that song at the Lyricist Lounge in different places
Okay.
before we even got signed. Because remember back then, you used to have a demo. So they wanted you to bring like your best 5 songs on the demo so they could hear, kind of get a preview of what you sound like, what the album's going to sound like. And those songs, some of the songs was actually on the demo. So Land of the Lost was definitely one of the songs that helped get us signed.
Yeah, because it felt like the sound was a little bit different than what was on the rest of the album.
Yeah, because the whole purpose of the album, we figured, we called it Realms and Reality. So the reality is we 2 kids from Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? So we could talk about the streets, we could talk about the guns, we could talk about pushing packs and all of that. But the realm side, that was the fantasy side. That's what we was trying to bring to the game. The wizardry, the sorcery, the Dungeons and Dragons. That was
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
our
yeah.
that's what we was trying to do. So we wanted to do realms and reality. One side was the reality, and then the other side was realms, like songs like Realm 3, Land of the Lost, and things of that nature.
Now I always like to look up, we from the days of the Source magazine, so I like to always check the source and stuff. They gave y'all
But
3.5 mics. I almost felt like y'all probably could have got 4.
oh yeah,
Did y'all
we definitely got jerked. We definitely got jerked.
did y'all ever care about that stuff back then though? The Source mic system?
Yeah, we definitely did because you know what I'm saying. Everybody wanted their 4 mics or their 5 mics or whatever. We knew we
Yeah.
wasn't gonna get 5 because that was politics or whatever. A lot of it is politics and who you know. But the whole thing about it is we was 2 kids coming from Brooklyn. We didn't have no features on the album. You know what I'm saying? Just me and my man walking our dogs, doing our 1-2, and so it kind of not that it got brushed under the table, but we wasn't gonna get our just due regardless. So because our
Now
album was better than a lot of stuff that was out for that time, and
now
stuff that got 3.5 or 4 or whatever they got 4.5. So
it definitely was, and you said something about features, which kinda was to my next question. Like, whose
mhm.
decision was it for y'all to have no features on the first album? Was it which y'all's decisions or the labels?
It was ours kind of. It was
Okay.
ours because we wanted to walk our own dogs because we knew we
Yeah,
was that nice, and what I'm saying, we knew the music spoke for itself. So of course we was on a label now record. So of course Havoc or pay for Raekwon or somebody to jump on the album because those was in house. We was signed with those dudes. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So, but we said, nah, we gonna do our own numbers. Marvin them is doing their numbers. Wu and them is doing their numbers. Alcoholics is doing their numbers. We gonna do our numbers.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
that was the mentality back then.
y'all was on a stacked label at that time too.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy because the funny thing was it was kind of divided because you had like your gold and platinum acts. You had Mobb Deep, Big Pun, and Wu Tang, who was selling out the roof right out the gate, going crazy. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you still had dope acts like us, Cella Dwellas, Exhibit, Dead Prez,
Alcoholic.
and
Yeah.
Alcoholics, who
Death press. Yeah.
wasn't selling as much, but we were still dope acts, and we still hold our own weight with anybody. We go toe to toe with anybody. So, and sometimes we
Now,
competing with our own label mates.
yeah, yeah. I could see that too. Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, you was on the Master Ace Incorporated album, Sitting on Chrome, on the feature
Mm-hmm.
track For the Mind. How did the opportunity come about? I mean, that's another Brooklyn cat, right?
Yeah, Master Ace from Brooklyn. He was working on his album at the time. Of course, Lord Digger did Land of the Lost, so he was
Okay.
working with us. Also, he was in the INC with Master Ace. So then that bug came around. He was like, "Yo, Ace got a session tonight. We got cool with Ace." So we used to go to all his sessions and stuff. Then he was like, "Yo, y'all dudes is dope. Y'all about to be next." You know what I'm saying? Before y'all get all crazy and big, let me get a feature with y'all before y'all you know what I mean? Y'all get too big for y'all britches or whatever. So that was the joke. So we jumped on a song with him, and actually that was our first time ever on wax with on that feature on that album, Sitting on Chrome.
Now, y'all released both albums on Loud. I've never heard nobody say anything bad about Loud Records. Did y'all ever have issues with that label?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. They, you know what I mean? That was a great label, great opportunity and stuff. So the only thing my issue was I wish they could have paid just a little more attention because we on a label now. Now we got to fight with Bad Boy. We got to fight with Death Row. We got to fight with Suave House. We got to fight with all these other artists, right?
Yeah.
Everybody putting out records at the same time. So when we put out a record, we got to compete with No Limit and everybody and all these other companies. But then you also going to put out a Raekwon record or a Mobb Deep record or a Wu Tang record at the same time. You got a Cella Dweller record out. So it's like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
of course, all attention is going to go to wherever the heat is at. So it's like, all right, Mobb Deep is number one on the charts or whatever, or Wu Tang or whatever. So that's where all the money is going. That's where all the promotion is going. So it's like we never got like a fair shot to where we could like just sit down. All right, just gonna sit here and work the Cella Dwellas. We're gonna work them, make them the next big ones, make them hot. You know what I mean?
And Ma was definitely getting attention because I mean that Infamous is actually like my favorite album of all
Oh
time as
yeah,
far
I
as
mean
hip
they
hop
had
goes.
hit records out the gate, so it's
Yeah,
no shade or hate there. I'm just
yeah.
saying I wish we could have got our fair due. You know what I mean? Even like Dead Press, I feel like Dead Press should have been a gold or platinum group. You know what I mean? But the attention wasn't really focused on them like that.
Now, when y'all guys changed the name from Cellar Dwellers to Dwellers, was it
Mm-hmm.
easy to make people understand that y'all was still the same group? Y'all just took part of the name off?
Yeah, some people, they questioned it a lot, and the whole thing was people just always used to call us the Dwellers for short. You know what I mean? But yo, they go to
Okay.
Dwellers right there. Not everybody
Yeah.
saying they go to Cella Dwellers. They be like, oh
Yeah,
shit, the
yeah,
Dwellers,
yeah.
Dwellers. So for the second album, we just said, you know what? Let's just throw something different. Just call it the Dwellers or whatever. And that was it. It wasn't really like a name change or nothing like that. It was just
Nah, nah. It
that's
was
what they
just
used
y'all
to
just
call
took
us
the
when they
first
came.
part off, yeah.
That's it.
Now, the second album, I almost feel like the second album is better than the first. There's a lot of really good records on there, man, that I could just throw on
Dope,
repeat. I mean, and you
dope,
you got,
dope.
a lot more features on there. Different some other producers like Large Pro,
Mm-hmm.
Ayatollah, Rockwater. Do you feel like
Exactly.
they put enough promotion into that record? Like it
Not at
should have
all.
had maybe
Not at
I
all.
didn't think so either.
Not at all. Not at all. So I'm gonna tell you the backstory with that. Um, we put out the first album because we knew we could compete with everybody. And then when that didn't go the right way, we said, all right, so now we got to do what everybody else is doing. We got to play the name
Yeah.
game. We got to get some features on there. We got to get some producers on there. But we still didn't want to like work with, Pharrell or Timberland or something crazy. We still
Yeah.
wanted to keep it hip hop. So of course, Rockweiler, Ayatollah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Large Pro. So
Yeah.
we still wanted to stay within our realm, but reach out and do the smart thing because now we got to sell records. It's a business now. now before we get dropped, we need to start actually selling some units. So right when we was doing all the work for it, Steve Rifkin had got a big check because it was Loud RCA at first, but then it moved to Sony. So when he got the big check from Sony, they also swallowed Relativity, which when MOP came and the Beatnuts came and a couple other acts came. So now we knew we wasn't going to get the attention because we wasn't getting the attention when it was just us and the mob and Big Pun and them. So now that they became this big conglomerate, we knew we wasn't going to get no attention now. So we was like, you know what? We're going to dead our contract and move over to Raucous because that was a better fit for us, for our style, the underground, and what they was doing with Kweli and Mos Def and everybody. That would be a great layup. So when Steve started hearing about we was in talks with them, he was like, look what I'm gonna do. I know y'all not getting the attention that y'all deserve, so I'm gonna start another label called Stimulated.
Okay.
It's kind of gonna be like Raucous is now. It's gonna be attention span to y'all, and y'all gonna be the Wu-Tang of that. And we was like, okay, that sounds dope. He said, I'm gonna get Dante Ross to head it up. And you know, Dante Ross was over at Elektra. He brought Leaders of the New School. He brought Brand Nubians. He had a good track record. So he was like, you know what? I'm gonna get him to head it up. He knows what he's doing. He knows his shit. Da 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 da. And we went for the banana in the tailpipe. You know what I mean? We said, all right, we're gonna stay home. We're gonna stay with the home team. We're gonna do it. We put that dope album together, and it fell on the wayside. You know what I mean?
Well, like you get on the album, y'all got another dope duo on there, Cocoa Brothers, but then you got one that really stands out to me: the Organized Confusion, the Fan to the Task, the Prince to the Poe, the U to the G to the Montferro. Like I think that showed that like y'all can go with any duo pretty much, right?
Of course. And we were showcasing that. Like, yo, put us in the room with everybody. We gonna hold our own. I mean, we had the track with Inspector Deck on there, the Verbal Slaughter. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got busy on that. You know what I mean? And we got organized when they wasn't even together. They wasn't even like seeing eye to eye. They did that for us. Like, yo, y'all niggas is so dope. We gotta do this record for y'all. And they came together and did the record. Because that's what, remember, March was doing his own solo thing, and he had that crazy record, the pom pom pom. So that was good luck. But they did it for us and they did it for hip hop, real hip hop.
Now, I saw you had some singles you dropped. Did you ever put out a full solo project?
Who, me? Solo?
Yeah, you. Yeah, I saw you had like some singles you dropped.
Yeah, I did some singles for some people who wanted me to, you know, do some work, and I was like, all right, let's work. We can make it work. But I never did nothing on my own that I wanted to do. Those was all projects for other people that wanted me to, you know, feature or do something. But I think I'm going to drop something like my own beats, the stuff I want to talk about, the stuff I want to represent. So just to show niggas what it really is, because a lot of cats is sleeping. So I'm gonna have to shake them up and wake them up.
And I mean, I seen you and UG been doing a lot of shows, especially in like South America and stuff like that. Is there any chance that y'all do another album?
Yes, sir. We working on the EP now. We working on the EP now. We just trying to formulate how to do it because next year is gonna be our 30-year anniversary.
Okay.
Because the album Realms in Reality came out March 26, 1996. So 2026 is gonna be 30 years. So we're gonna try to do something big, either re-release the album and add the 5 new songs on there, or you know what I mean, do something special. So we just gearing up for that. That's gonna be something. We're gonna do a lot of shows that year too. Next year, we're gonna really turn it out.
Now, did you do anything with any of these hip hop 50th celebrations they had going on?
Nah.
They didn't even have no New York, no New York shows or nothing.
We got invited to like 1 or 2, but we, you know, they be trying to like throw us on as like an opening act, and we like, nah, we're not opening the joint up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't expect that we're not gonna headline, but we're not gonna open either when it's only 30 people there. You know what I mean? Put us in the middle somewhere, whatever. So I was like, nah, we'll pass.
Now, did you used to play basketball back in the days?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure.
So did you play college or anything of that nature?
Nah, just high school for a little bit, and then once the
Okay.
grades started slipping, you know what I mean? But I'm definitely a neighborhood legend around the way.
Now, I've done interviewed a lot of cats from Brooklyn on here, man. I mean,
Mhm.
Smooth the Hustler, You Now, UG, Illa G, Sabrina Elohim. I mean, Brooklyn could pretty much go with any other borough in New York, wouldn't you say?
What? Of course. We might be number one.
Yeah.
We might be number one. I mean, there's a lot of places that got it, but when you think about Brooklyn's history as MCs, when you talk about Hov being number one
Yeah.
to this day, when you talk
Big.
about Big Daddy Kane, when you talk about
Oh, yeah, I
Biggie,
forgot about Big Daddy Kane.
when you talk about Master Ace, when you talk about Smooth the Hustler, you talk about MOP, you talk about Fushnikins, you talk about Special Ed, you talk about, I mean, the list goes AZ, Fabulous. You talking about some real lyrical dudes, man.
Yeah.
And I can keep going on and on and on and on and on. Like we definitely spanking a lot of boroughs. I definitely Queens might be our competition, but yeah, Brooklyn, I think we got it overall. When you really go down the list, Ray, Most Def, Polly, like you said, Illa, Sean
Yeah.
P, Helter Skelter, all the boot
Forgot
camp is
about Sean
Brooklyn. So
Price.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
forgot about Sean Price. Yeah.
yeah, man, and those are
And
everybody's legendary names. Are just, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, like hands down, I think we got it, and I can
did you
keep
say
going. But
Joel Ortiz? Ain't he from Brooklyn?
of course, Joel Ortiz,
Yeah.
yeah, another
Yeah.
lyrical monster,
Yeah.
another lyrical monster. Like Brooklyn, I think we got it, man, for real. No bullshit. I think Devin Busta Rhymes from Brooklyn. He moved to Long Island, but he's
Yeah.
originally from Brooklyn. He's one of us. So I mean, and he's still doing it to this day. You talking about 20 years of gold and platinum hits. Like, come on, man. Brooklyn, stand up.
Like, how much does like the attitudes and the mindsets of people really change when you go from borough to borough in New York?
Oh, no, nah, it'll change in the New York minute.
I mean,
You
because you
could,
got
you,
Harlem is like known for being like flashy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And
Nah,
Brooklyn is known for being like some bullies and whatnot. Y'all know for being some Brooklyn bullies.
yeah, sort of in a way. But Harlem got bullies too. The Bronx
Yeah,
definitely
I
got
mean they all
bullies.
got bullies.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's all sections. Anywhere you go,
Yeah,
got its good and its bad. Everywhere you go, got its fly and it's less fortunate. Everywhere you go, they got dope dealers, crack boys. That's everywhere. So you know what I mean? That's everywhere. But definitely Brooklyn is known for some real gangster stuff. Because another reason too, Brooklyn was a big melting pot for a lot of Caribbean people.
okay.
So like a lot of other places, you got a large section is just Americans, but in Brooklyn, we got people from Guyana, you got Guyanese cats, you got Trinidadian cats, you got Jamaican cats, you got Haitian cats, you got Panamanian cats, you got so many different cultures. So now you get the rude boys over here with the American cats. Yo, Yankee boy, move off. Nah, nah, nah. Yo, shut the fuck up. I'll fuck you. So it's always like a lot of, you know what I mean? A lot of bravado, a lot of rah-rah when you in Brooklyn. I can vary from section to section. So
I think something that happened in Olympics had a sour taste in hip hop's mouth was that breakdancing thing, and then Lord Jamar came out and said that
yeah, I don't even know.
breakdancing wasn't part of hip
I don't
hop.
even know
Like,
where they got that from.
is breakdancing part of hip
Nah,
hop? What you
it
say?
definitely is. It,
It definitely is. Yeah,
breakdancing is definitely a part of hip hop. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Everybody, the five elements is DJing, breakdancing, graffiti,
MCN.
hip
Yeah.
hop, and yeah. So that's been implemented from day one. So I don't get that part of it. That's always been a part of it.
Do you think it would have been better if they didn't have breakdancing Olympics at that time? Like they would actually waited and
Yeah,
it
I
got
don't even know
sold to
what
like
that
crazy
was
labels or
for.
something?
I don't even know what that was for. Like, why would they even do that so many years later? I mean, it was a
Yeah.
good look to try to do something for hip hop, but it was like way too late. You know, it was done wrong. They didn't bring in the right people to do it, so it was just a whole shit show.
You think they were just trying to make money off of the hip hop 50th thing? Because it was
I
around
think
that
so.
time.
I think so. Everybody was trying to key in on that and say, you know what? If we could turn a quick dime off of it, let's do it. Why not?
And it seemed like there was a lot of people that exploited making money off of artists from that era on the hip hop 50th when they typically wouldn't book them any other
Right.
time.
Exactly. But my thing is, if they're gonna book you now, hey, take the bag and run with it.
Yeah.
I, I'm with you.
Now, has that had an effect on like artists from the 80s and 90s to where they've seen an increase in shows, you think, because of the hip hop 50th anniversary?
I think it might have had some effect. I think it may have some effect because you're starting to see a lot more artists from that time doing more stuff.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a
A
lot of
lot,
acts
yeah.
that was, yeah. So I think it had a positive effect in that nature for sure.
And it definitely probably like lit a fire under some people that wasn't making music for a while and, you know, decided, let me start making music, get my name
Right
back
now
out
that they
there.
see, hey, it might be room to still breathe. Right now, I can get back out there and do some stuff. Exactly. I think so.
Yeah,
I
because I'm
think
seeing
so.
like like it seems like there's a resurgence about artists from the 90s and 80s really trying to leave their imprint and their stamp on, especially what's going on in this era and whatnot. And I know you definitely don't like a lot of this mainstream music in this. I don't call it hip hop. I call it rap.
Right. I mean, I'm a music lover first and foremost, so I love all sorts of music. A lot of it is whack. A lot of it I don't like, of course. But I'm just for my taste, it's like nah. But just music, as a fan of music, some of it I could live with. You know what I mean? But we had whack shit even back then in our era. You
No,
know
no,
what I
you're
mean? In the
right. You're
golden era,
right.
like so there was a lot of chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side and Laffy Taffy and a whole
Yeah.
bunch of other stuff that normally wouldn't get no burn. So I mean, every section of hip hop had it where some of the shit was just garbage. But that's just that's
But
just the nature of the business.
we had more balance, you know. You had your
Way more
gangster
balance.
rappers, you
Way
had
more balance.
your super clean rappers, your conscious rappers,
Exactly.
backpack,
And that and
thug,
right. The
sexual rappers, whatever, you know.
the variety was way broader, which brought more diversity. So that
Yeah.
that that helped us a lot. Not everybody wanted to be just a drill artist or just super duper thugs. You know what I mean? You had your Tribe Called Quest that can go this way. Then you had Cool G Rap who could go super street. Then you had Paul Righteous Teachers who can teach you something.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's so many different formats. Everybody could jump into a different lane and just be dope in that lane. But it just went all to just whatever's popular. Everybody follow suit to that, and it's like, nah, that's not it. Because not everybody's going to be able to make it at that level. So,
Yeah, and like, speaking of making it at that level, like what did y'all really had to do to get to that point where y'all got to Loud Records? Like how did you get Loud to take notice?
well, our show was crazy.
Okay.
Our performance has always been top tier from day one, even as
Okay.
unsigned artists. So anytime we get on the stage, people is gonna notice, people is gonna look, they're gonna listen, and they're gonna see, damn, them niggas is dope. So that's what we did. We just was doing all the shows in New York that we could. We was going on a lot of college radio stations. Stretch Armstrong, Bobito, just anything of that nature that could bring us some attention and some light. We was killing the freestyles on the radio station, and we was bodying the live shows. And our name just started ringing bells throughout New York City. Yo, y'all heard these cats called the Cella Dwellas? Yo, them niggas is dope. I seen them I heard them on Stretch and Bobito. Oh, no, no, no. I seen them at the Lyricist Lounge. Oh, I seen them. And the name just started spreading. And then once we got to Loud, they was like, all right, yeah, the name is buzzing. Let me hear the music. And then once the music complemented the reputation, then it was just like, all right, yeah, this is a no brainer. Let's do it.
I think a song that really set the tone for me on the first album was the Advance to Boardwalk, man. Like y'all had to be stoned out y'all mind when y'all came up with that, right?
That was a super duper dope concept. Just taking the whole Monopoly board and putting it into a rhyme, flipping it, going across the whole thing. Like
Yeah.
we really wanted a video for that because the visuals would have been crazy. But of course, they wouldn't have the budget to do all of that. But that would have been a crazy remake, man. If we could have really pulled that off the right way.
I mean, I play that song over and over again because back then, man, when you hear concepts like that, it was
Hmm.
just the coolest thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially when nobody else had done that.
Nobody else was thinking about stuff like that, and then we even did it again on the second album.
Yeah,
We did it with the Warriors joint. So it's like, and if you really listen to both of those songs and you listen from start to finish, the video unfolds right in front of your eyes. That's one thing we always had too. Like
yeah, 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 yeah.
we're super duper dope storytellers. Like you can envision everything we saying. So
Now, is there a producer that you still haven't worked with that you really still want to work with?
um yeah, there's a couple, man. Like Knots is crazy, man. Knots is crazy.
Not. Oh yeah,
Um
yeah, yeah,
Think
yeah. He
Think the Humble
is.
Monster.
Okay.
Crazy, man. Crazy. So yeah, there's still a lot of dope cats that I wouldn't mind getting some heat from. I always wanted to
Did
do
y'all
something with Pete Rock too as well.
Pete Rock? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a dream of mine for a long time. To just have an actual Pete Rock track.
Like, did y'all ever do a record with Primo?
Nah, that was a dream too. And I think we could have got something done, but I
That
don't know
would have
what
made a
happened at
good
the
one on
time.
like on the first
Yeah,
album, I think.
that.
Yeah.
Oh man, if we would have got a Primo beat, that would have really. I think that would have really set us apart from a lot of cats.
Do you think everybody in hip hop around that time really wanted at least one Primo track?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You had to have that if you wanted to be officially stamped like hip hop. You know what I mean? You needed
Yeah.
that Primo beat, but them prices started getting up there after a while. That 20 and 25. You know what I mean? If you ain't got that big budget, and he talk about he want 25, and then Pete want 25, and then this person want 30. You're like, damn,
Damn.
I'm
That's
110,
a lot
I'm
of money right
110
there. Yeah.
in the hole, and I ain't even start my album yet.
Yeah,
I only
that's
did
only
three
three
songs.
songs. Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? So you got to factor all of that stuff in. And like I said, we were underground group, so we wasn't having the $500,000 budget and the 750. You know what I mean? So we gotta play it smart.
Well, I know y'all had what Megahertz and Nick Wiz on a lot of stuff on the first one.
Yeah, definitely. We kept because to be honest, man, Nick Wiz was so dope.
Yeah, yeah.
We went, man. Believe me, I'm gonna tell you some stuff. We went around and shopped a couple of beats for some other cats, and what they was giving us when Nick came to the table too, it's like, yo, why would we pay 12.5 for this when we can go see Nick and get just as dope, if
Yeah.
not better, for cheaper? You know what I mean? It was a no brainer, man. It's like, nah, we gonna stick with what we got. We know what's hot. They just need to do their job and sell it. But we know what we bring it to the table.
And I remember I think I first heard Nick Wiz, if I'm not mistaken, it was the Milkbone album.
Yeah, he did. He did. I think he did a remix for Milk, and I think he actually produced something on his album too. But yeah,
Yeah.
Nick, man,
He
he's
had a really
definitely
good
one of the
sound.
slept on ones. Yo, slept on producer. He's super duper dope.
And y'all have always worked with Nick, even on the second
Always,
album, right?
always. Yeah. Anytime we do something musically, we gonna work with Nick at some form or another. Even if it's just him. Even if we decide, like me and UG produce records too or whatever. If we do a beat, we still gonna send it to Nick to mix it and make sure that the EQ and everything is right on the mastering. Nick is always going to be involved, man. That's family. He's more than just a producer to us. That's family.
So what's next for you, man? You ain't got like a book. Everybody got like a book coming out, man.
Yeah, I actually thought about that too. I was talking to my man Wordsworth,
Okay, yeah.
and he got a book out, and a couple cats got a book out. He was like, "Yo, What you could do, he told me something that made a lot of sense. He was like, don't just try to, try to sell your story or tell your life or whatever. He was like, yo, your rhymes are actually the pages in the books. He's like, yo, put some
Okay.
rhymes in it and explain the bars. Explain how you came up with it, why you did it, and actually spit the bars or whatever, whatever. And I was like, oh, that's kind of dope. So I might try to do something like that. That actually makes a lot of sense. And what we do be saying is actually like, what I mean, book worthy. So that might be an idea.
And I don't know if you remember, I had you on a song called "Ashes to Dust."
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and it was me, you, and my man Stranger the Great. So I definitely appreciate that, man. I mean, because I remember you ended up like doing your own hook, and I was like, well, damn, shit, we about to do our own hook now. I was like, I kind of appreciate. I was like, because normally, cats will charge you extra for hooks and stuff like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I was like, okay, he did his own little hook, so that's how we gonna do this. So like, everybody gonna do their own little version of the hook, and then do they rhyme and
Right.
whatnot. You know. And shouts out
Because
to my
see,
man
my whole
Ervin
thing is just
who made the beat.
my whole thing is just getting the best quality. You know what I mean? Let's make the song sound as best as it can if we putting it out. So it ain't always about the dollar amount. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, let's put out the best shit we possibly can and let's just make it shit hot.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. So you say you got a probably a solo project coming out, and then just the Dwellers got an EP coming out. Is that gonna be under the Dwellers name?
It'll probably be Cella Dwellas. It'll probably be Cella Dwellas. We're
Okay.
gonna be, take it back to the original format. And we definitely gonna put like a 5 or 6 song EP together. I don't know if we're gonna release that by itself or we're gonna package that with the re-release of the 30-year
Of the
anniversary for the
30-year,
album.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we might do something like that, but it's definitely in the works. Nick Wiz is gonna be cooking up. UG is definitely cooking up. He stay cooking up some hot beats. And yeah, and I'm still tinkling with the idea of doing my own like 5 or 6 song EP because I just want to show niggas the skills, like the real skill set. With me coming up with every beat, thinking about every concept, you know what I mean? Not being asked to do something more. This is the beat, jump on the rhyme on this. I'm gonna show you my A&R skills. I'm gonna show you my ear, the theme, the concept, bar for bar, hook for hook. I want to show you all my work. So that's what I'm on.
And you got the exact date of the 30th anniversary? Like the exact date it released?
It was March 26, 1999. So that'll be next year, March.
Okay.
Will be exactly 30 years, March 26th. So
Man,
I think that'll be dope if we
time,
re-release that
time
project
flies, Joe.
and
Time
add
flies.
some new songs and some new videos. Yeah, man,
So
it's been
y'all,
a long time.
yeah. So you're gonna add some new song, like some bonus tracks to it.
Yeah, just to try to make it a little bit more reason to pick it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah. No,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we'll probably do like a special vinyl edition, limited edition, only 250 copies, something like that. You know what I mean? So just to try to add some spice to it, add some bonus songs. We're gonna shoot some videos for that. Spice it up a little bit.
Hold on, I lost you there for a second. Okay, you're good. Yeah, well, man,
Oh,
I can't wait,
you good?
man. I'll be hitting UG up. I got his number and whatnot, and I got you on Facebook, man. So I'm gonna
Yes,
definitely
sir.
try to stay in touch with you. I do the music reviews, so definitely love to review any kind of music that you have as well. And like before I let you go, though, is any shout outs you want to do?
Um, just shout out Nick Wiz, shout out UG. You know what I mean? That's my bro for life. And shout out the home team, Brooklyn, of course. And yeah, man, just check for new music, man. We still putting out hot shit at a quality level. So, and we will be touring, hopefully in the city near you soon. Hopefully.
I'm in the Carolinas, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got to get back stateside. A lot of people be booking us for the overseas show. We got to do a lot of more local stuff. But you know, if they calling and they paying, we accepting all offers. So that's what we doing.
Nah, I mean, y'all was just in Colombia recently. I saw. I was like, damn,
Mhm.
man, like crazy.
Yeah, and we got a couple more spots to do this year. We going Spain, and we got some, I think, Venezuela and Lima, Peru. It's a couple spots that's you know what I mean, tugging on the line. So we gonna see who bite.
Is UG part Spanish?
No, I am actually.
Oh, you are? You are? Okay, because I
Yeah,
figured
yeah,
one of y'all were, because y'all getting a lot of shows in South America, I noticed.
yeah. But it ain't even really that. It's just they love the music and they appreciate it. And like we went out there a couple of times and they seen the live show and we interact with the people and they keep bringing us back. They like, yo, we brought a lot of acts out here and these guys act like they stars and they walk around. They don't show no love. They don't even sound like they records and we get on stage and we bust our ass and we show love and they keep booking us and bringing us back. So it's like, yo, okay.
Do a lot of people in Colombia speak English too?
Nah, I mean some do, but
See,
not a lot.
and that's what's
But they know the
crazy
music
about
though.
hip hop. Yeah, that's what's
But
crazy about it.
they
Yeah,
know the music. They know they be asking for album cuts, stuff that's not even
yeah,
single, stuff that we
yeah,
don't even perform ourselves. They asking, yo, can you do
yeah,
this? Hey, are y'all gonna do such and such? Are y'all gonna? I'm like, yo, that's not even a part of our show. How do you
yeah.
even know about that record? They know.
No, because I do music promotion for a living. I always be stressing like you can't worry about whether somebody speaks English or not. Sometimes these rappers like I don't want to promote it if they can't understand English. I'm like, dude, you go to shows overseas, they can't speak a lick of English and they still love the music. Who cares?
They still love the music. And they gonna bounce with you. They gonna jump with you. When the hook come in, they may not know the actual bars for the verse, but when the hook come in, they know the hook. They gonna sing it. They
Yeah.
gonna go crazy. They gonna throw water in the crowd. They gonna slam dance. They give it up, man. They give it up. They give it up.
Well, I appreciate you taking time out, man. You're more than
No
welcome to
doubt.
come
No
back
doubt.
on anytime, and I'm gonna definitely, stay in touch, man. Young Bleed said something the other day when I interviewed him. He said, "If you fuck with me, you stuck with me."
There you, there you go. There you go.
Well, shit, enjoy your night, man.
Definitely. You too. You do the same, man. Keep doing what
All
you're
right,
doing, man. I seen your interview with Cool Kim UMC. That's my man too. So definitely
yeah,
keep doing you getting
appreciate it.
the artists, you getting the right people who need to be heard from. Cause I tell you what, that dude is a monster, man. Monster. Cool Kim. NY
I,
Oil.
I'm glad you said that. I
Monster.
felt like I've been really digging in the crates for my interviews and getting just the like you said the right cats
Monster.
that need to be heard.
Yeah. You finding the gems, and he's definitely one of them. Definitely.
Yeah, appreciate that, man.
Yeah. And another thing too, we might be hitting up some dates with Craig G and
Oh,
Elder Sensei from Artifacts. So
oh,
we
I
trying to put a
interviewed
little
him too, Elder Sensei. Yeah,
yeah. So we trying to put a little package together because Cella Dwellas and Artifacts, we used to go out together as like two dope duos that go out. But of course, Tane passed, rest in peace,
yeah,
Tane.
yeah. Rest in
So
peace.
but yeah, so now we're gonna do we're gonna slide Craig in there. It's gonna be Ella Sensei and Cella Dwellers. So we trying to put
Wow.
that European tour together for the summertime. Hopefully we get some dates with that. So be on the lookout for that.
Will do, man. Appreciate it, man.
All right.
All right. Enjoy your night, man.
No doubt, baby. One love.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Well, wow. Damn. Very interesting story. Shouts out to Johnny Mac from Cincinnati. Shouts out to my man Jones. Sorry I didn't even see you. Stimulated Dummies. He said Dante Ross. And peace. Appreciate you as always, Jones. Yeah, that was interesting, man. Like I called it, I never heard anybody say anything bad about Loud Records. They just seem to always like done right by their artists, man. But I mean, they did have an all-star lineup, though. I will say that. You have Woo, you have Mob, Cellar Dwellers. He said MOP and Beatnuts after a while, Dead Prez, Alcoholics. and the list goes on, man. List goes on. And go check out that Cool Kim interview, as you heard from Phantasm. That's definitely a gem, and it was definitely a interesting interview because like he just started talking, man. Like Cool Kim just started talking and just started just going in and just talking about all types of stuff, man. And at the beginning of the interview, he was talking about cats like Charleston White charging for interviews and stuff. And I thought he was gonna he was gonna charge me in the middle of the interview and whatnot. But he dropped a lot of jewels about his journey with the UMCs, and I didn't get all my questions in. I got about half of my questions in, but I felt like I definitely got a new friend in life out of Cool Kim. Really great guy. Got the barbecue he does every year and has the live band out there. And UMC's Blue Cheese was like one of the most classic hip hop records ever, man. But definitely stay on the lookout for Cella Dwellas. Jones, appreciate you, man. As always, we got Sadat X next week. We got Hakeem Green for Channel Live coming back on as well. Waiting to hear back from Aguilar to Don. He's actually in Puerto Rico, if I'm not mistaken, and whatnot. And he's been doing some shows. So be on the lookout for Cellar Dwellers EP. Hopefully Phantasm will drop some music himself as a solo and whatnot. Give us a EP. Might have a book on the way. Who knows? And definitely wish nothing but best to those guys, man. One of the dopest duos in hip hop. I think it shows on the record with them and Organized Confusion, who's definitely one of the dopest duos in hip hop. And then they got Coco Brothers, who also kind of changed their name, but they had to go through name change because of legal issues. They were Smith and Wesson, and they changed the Coco Brothers, and then it back to Smith and Wesson because I guess the gun company was trying to sue them. Shouts out to my man Johnny Doja. Appreciate you as always. Might have him on the show here. And my man Minnesota from Moneyball's Players tuned in. Um, appreciate that as well. Go check out that interview with Minnesota from the Moneyball's Players. And he produced the I'm Not a Player joint from Big Pun and a lot of other dope records in hip hop. He produced on Sadat X's Wild Cowboys album, which that's gonna be an interesting one. Sadat X next week. Can't wait. Um yeah, man, I feel like I'm doing good, man. I'm digging in the crates. I'm getting to the right names that need to be heard, that got really interesting stories in the music business and could give their perspective of how things went down for them. Their journey to getting there, to seeing any success and trying to continue that success. But before I go, I want to talk about of course this music industry shit. Where this guy was talking about that most artists ain't making money on Spotify because they don't make good music. I mean, I just think that's kind of bogus. When you listen to what's in the mainstream out there, it's not really great music. Like especially when you get into rap music right now in the mainstream, most of it is it's not what I would call talented artists. It's not what I would call classic records, classic music. It's not what I would call timeless music. Um, I don't think it's gonna last because it all sounds exactly the same. At least in the '90s, you could have 5 producers had the same drum tracks, and they would all use different kind of samples from different kind of songs and records, and something about it would be different. You know what I'm saying? Even with the same drum tracks. But these 808 beats, it's they all use the same drum tracks and the same sounds because ain't nobody really doing a lot of sampling like the way they sampled in the '90s, the way a cat like Premier was sampled. If you go and watch the videos where they show play the original song that Premier sampled from, and then you could hear, then they play the beat where Premier sampled it. Sometimes you can't even tell that Premier sampled that song because he's just such a genius at how he does it. But yeah, I would think for the most part, most artists just don't have a budget, man. They don't have a budget, and they don't know how to market and promote, even when they do have any sort of funds, because they all targeting U.S. ads only, and it sucks up your budget. You don't get a lot of impressions, which doesn't lead to a lot of views, which doesn't lead to a lot of engagement. But if you advertise in countries like Colombia, Brazil, or just South American countries where they love hip hop as well, you'll get far more people viewing your ad. Most of them will engage with the content even more, because people outside of the US engage with US content more than people in the US. Let me repeat that. People outside of the US engage with content more than people inside the US. Like, people in the US only engage with like videos with asses, video with tits, and just anything that's degenerate as fuck. Anything that's controversial or degenerate, you know. But people outside of the US, they will engage. Like, if you want a lot of engagement, like, you got to advertise in countries like Thailand, Philippines, Brazil, Africa, Estonia, Uganda, just a lot of different countries, man, like that. You know what I'm saying? And you can't sit there and worry about, do they speak English or not. As long as they know your music, they like your music, they recite your music, it doesn't matter, man. You heard what Phantasm said, man. They doing shows in Colombia, and Colombians speak Colombian. They don't even, most of them don't even speak English, he said. But they know the music and they love the music. And, you know, that's what you do as a musician and artist. You get paid to perform if you can get paid to perform. Shit, I go to Colombia all day, every day if they gonna book me. You know, I'll go anywhere that's gonna book me and pay me to perform. They ain't gotta speak English. I mean, you go over to Germany, a lot of the cats at the shows might just be speaking German. A lot of other countries you go to. You go to these Asian countries, they all don't speak English. Not all of them. Even though it is a second language in a lot of countries. But you can't focus on like whether cats speak English or not, man. You just got to promote it to the masses. You got to get enough eyeballs on it where it gets enough engagement and enough people start talking about it. One thing that video did say, though, is he was talking about word of mouth. It's really about word of mouth. And if you just make good music, he was saying if you just make good music and people hear it, then the word of mouth comes about. I mean, you still got to have a lot of people hear it and have enough people talking about it. And you got to typically have somebody who has influence to make people go and check it out. If like a random Joe Schmo just hears your music and like, yo, go check out that new Paul Masson, you know, well, that's not going to hold as much weight as if somebody like Kai Cenat or Drewski, you know, go and say, hey, go check out the new Paul Masson featuring Phantasm and Stranger the Great, which is now available on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, and all the other platforms. So definitely go check that out. Paul Masson and Phantasm from the Cella Dwellas, called Ashes to Dust, featuring Stranger the Great, who killed the record. Stranger the Great, like, literally murdered the beat. And everybody did their thing, of course, because you know me, man. You never heard no whack shit out of me. That's for sure. Where we at? We're about to hit that hour mark. Before we go, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a message from our sponsors, and it's only right that I play the chip food.
Tropical drink.
Me and my team of
whenever we link up, they wanna be drink up. We sit down and relax and have few glasses when there's things to think about. Like I'm nice with the bars when I tend to the bars and I'm not talking drink ups. So tell the bartender that's tending the bar to please pass me a big cup up. And tell that waitress that's waiting on us to put a little ice in it. Now watch the ice become weightless like the spaceships that I be sitting in. No wait and listen, no, they're waiting for that tropical twist that'll tickle your taste buds. Now taste some. Yo, I insist it's the drizzle.
That's right. I really mean it. You can dizzle too. Dizzle is a premium luxury liqueur mixed with agave tequila, cognac, and orange liquor mango mix. Throw your dizzle on ice, and it's nice. Want to get your very own bottle or bottles? Go to dizzlebrand.com. Now available in Georgia, Dizzle brand, and now available in Missouri as well. And I think there's another state that Dizzle is now available in, but you can just go to dizzlebrand.com, go to our locations, click on Emilio's Beverage. That's the one I recommend. It's the cheaper link. Don't forget shipping and handling is included. Shipping and handling is included. Also, they got the hats, t-shirts, hoodies, and more. Dizzlebrand.com. All right, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Definitely know what I'm doing is getting to the right people. It felt good to hear Phantasm say that, the Cool Kim interview, like that's a gem right there that I'm really getting to the right people. And I feel like that. I know hip hop. I've listened to almost every album in the 90s at least. Almost every album in the 90s at least. Went back and listened to a lot of albums in the 80s as well. And I just feel like I've been really digging in the crates like no other for my interviews of just getting, people that I grew up listening to, that I respect, that need to be heard, that have a lot to say about this thing we call hip hop. And not even just hip hop, the music business in general, because all these cats who signed with major labels and just dealt with all types of situations. I mean, you heard Young Bleed. I mean, he was going from label to label to label, because, I mean, industry is shady. Industry is shady. Well, appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll be doing music reviews tomorrow. I don't know what time, probably around 4 o'clock. 4 p.m. Eastern time, and I got a bare knuckle interview with Ruben Arroyo Tuesday. That'll be dropping on the Paul Pickett podcast. And go check out my Reddit, Live from Fayettenam, and Paul Pickett podcast on Reddit. I'm killing it. Getting about 250,000 views or more per post right now. So definitely check that out. Appreciate y'all. Peace, and I'm out.